2404. 2404.
Okay.
Put one in the trunk and one in the back. Thank you.
Trunk.
Okay.
Back seat.
Thank you. Spark at Walmart is going 2.4 miles, and it was only $12.70, but I took it because it's only going 2.4 miles. The apartments that the first one is going to, not that big of an order, enough where if it is on the second or third floor, I can still carry it and only make one trip, I believe. And it's really just right up the street. So 2 drop-offs, actually. 2 drop-offs, $12.70. The second one is on the main street as Walmart. So very close in proximity, $12.70. I snatched it to start my day. And that's about it. It's rained yesterday, so the roads are really wet. And I'm going to get over there to deliver this, and so I could be back for the next drop. That's at about 7:50. It is now 7:23. This was part of the 6:50 drop that this one actually dropped at 7:03. So just was a lot of traffic, and it worked out because it was a 7:03 pickup, and the app was acting up. And I kept saying they were packing up and kept saying I was too early. It wouldn't allow me to start my trip when in fact the time had arrived. So everything worked out well. I'm going to drop this off. I'm only a few miles. Let's see. Yeah, it's just coming up here on my right. So let me deliver this and I'll see you soon. So just dropped off the first one. The next one is 1.5 miles. It wasn't bad. She was on the second floor, but the items were enough for me to carry in my carrying bag. So let me head to this next one so I can make the 7:50 drop. Okay, I gotta spray my car. I just went to go drop off these items on the second drop, and the fumes from inside of the room got in my clothes even though I was standing at the door. Okay, so that was the second drop. I picked up everything. I should have been out of here at 7:50. I'm literally less than a minute from Walmart, and I thought I'd be able to go for the next drop, but I probably missed the next drop. First time this happened, but the customer did not have the code. So sometimes it asks for a signature, sometimes it asks for a passcode. And this particular time it asked for a passcode. The customer did not have the passcode. So I had to call customer support because this is the first time it ever happened. Of course, I wasn't going to just leave her the groceries. It doesn't let you bypass anything in the app to bypass the passcode. If it needs a signature, you get a signature. If it needs a code, you get a code. She said normally she signs for it. I called customer support. Customer support said it was emailed to her, so to check the email. So customer support emailed it to her while I was there. She said she didn't have access to the email because her husband ordered the items. Customer support said, well, call your husband. She called somebody, I don't know. She said it was going to voicemail. It was going to voicemail. She had her phone saying, oh, see, it's saying signature, but I didn't really look at her phone because there's nothing I can do. All I could do is what support says. And support says that you need the code, 4-digit code. So they said, well, there was nothing they could do, basically. I was there a good 12, 13 minutes. Thank goodness it was in a hotel drop-off, because had it would have been in the house, it could be a dangerous situation. She was cursing and carrying on and F this and F that, and y'all not doing this to me. And I said, I'm the delivery person. I have to follow through with what Walmart says. Spark, actually. So I had the groceries in my cart because it wasn't a lot, but it was too much to carry. So I did have my shopping cart. Everything was in the shopping cart, which was kind of a good thing, because if they were items that could have been carried and I had to sit on the floor and sit the items on the floor and deal with support, it could have been a situation where she tried to grab and go. She was very angry, very hostile. She did apologize to me and tell me this is not anger towards me, but this was her EBT card, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, support said to start a return. As you see, I was just pulling out of the hotel as I started recording, and I'm back at Walmart now. So I have to do the return. I'll still get compensated fully. And these are the ones that don't leave a tip. So apparently this was $12.70. So you normally get, I don't know, I didn't even look at it to see how much the tip was. Normally without a tip, it can be $7. It could be anywhere like $7 up to $10 Walmart to pay out. So apparently it probably was the first drop off that left the tip. But anyway, I'll get a return fee as well, which would be another $10 added on to my $12.70. So if she's not the one that left the tip, which I'm more than sure she's not, but you cannot tell when it's multiple people who left the tip, then I'll get an additional 10 on top of the $12.70. My gut told me not to accept this order, but I said it's 2 miles. 2.3 miles. I'm like, okay, it's right next to Walmart. I could come back and be back for the next drop. If I don't take this one, it may not be anything else. But at any rate, you have to have that code. You have to have a signature. And I asked support. I said, are these customers that normally state or claim or have had issues with claiming not to have received food in the past? And they said, yes, it's system generated. The system determines if this individual needs a code to be signed, a code to be given. Anyway, let me pause you guys for this return so I can get busy, because they're loading people's cars and I missed out. Okay, so I hope they hurry up to unload my car. And actually they're not the ones that physically unload your car. You unload it, but they have the carts there, and sometimes they help. They have the little handheld carts there, and you just start passing them the stuff and they put it in the little cart. So anyway, it's early. I still have the rest of the day, But people do scam. People, just like people say they didn't get their food from DoorDash and Grubhub and Uber Eats, people say the same thing about groceries. And customer support did say on the phone, you have to start a return or this will fall back on you, meaning me. You cannot bypass it. That's just the bottom line. You cannot bypass it. It asks for a code. If that code is not, she gave me about 3 or 4 different codes. They all were incorrect. Okay, if you cannot bypass the code. So in order to go to the next step, you gotta put in the code. If you don't, and what was I gonna just leave and close out the app? That would have fell on me, and more than likely you'll be deactivated. So it's not worth it. However, it could be a dangerous situation if you're at someone's house. I know when there's big items, I've delivered a PlayStation before, and something else high ticket item, and when I've delivered those, they asked for a passcode, and the customer's ready with the code, because I said, why would someone leave this at their door? I don't even feel comfortable delivering this to leave at a door. But when I arrived and slid and confirmed that I arrived, that was when they, in fact, the app said code required, and she was already coming out with that code. Come on, guys, so I can get this next drop. Let's go. let's go. But she did apologize to me, but she was very angry. But you know, Spark is good about refunding. So whoever's card it was will be refunded. They will be refunded, but they weren't getting these groceries today. But Sparkle, you know, customers always say, those are my groceries. But I mean, your stuff is in a pending status until it's delivered, you know? So let me see what's taking so long. All right. Okay, so he got those items, as you can see. Now let me see if anything else is coming through. Okay, so I did the return, and it just took a, what time is it? It's after 8. It's like 8:05. So that was a 650 drop I did, but it actually, they normally start dropping at 650. Maybe because of the rain, and I don't know. I think maybe their staff was late this morning, and my area had something going on because police had the main intersections by the highway shut down. So that's 650. Normally that's 650 drop. That was a 703 pickup, and that app was having issues, wouldn't allow me to arrive at the 703. It kept saying I was too early, when in fact it was 7:12, because I thought they were going to cancel it. I got here late because I was sitting in traffic at the light, just sitting there because of whatever was going on. I don't know what was going on. Police all over the place. I don't know if they were looking for somebody, but letting cars go one by one. But I got here at 7:12, and it still was saying bagging up items. But as soon as I confirmed my parking spot, they came out right away. So it was 2 miles, 2.3 miles I had to go. I figured, great, I'll catch the 7:45 drop off, deliver those, and then the 7:50 drop, and then I'll catch the 8:50 drop. Well, it didn't pan out that way because of the return and that whole situation. But just to clarify, I thought it was $10 you get as a return. Please, somebody let me know if I'm incorrect. I could have sworn back in the spring, early spring, when I had a few. I started Spark in March. My first day sparking was in March, and I think it was March. It was March, and I had quite a few returns where people were scamming big time right around Easter time and stuff like that. And I know I got paid a $9 to return that. $9 or $10. Well, I asked her on the phone. She said, you get the return fee of $2. I said, $2? And she said, $2. I said, did that change? And she said, no, it's always been $2. And I said, I thought it was $9, $9 or $10. She said, no, it's always been $2. I really thought in the past I got an extra $9, but I could be very much wrong. Maybe I'm getting it confused with a return. If someone purchases an item and they want it, and they don't decide they don't want the item, Walmart has that return pickup. So maybe I'm getting it confused with that return pickup. That return pickup, no matter how many miles you go to go pick up an item, which I don't do those. When I first got on the app, I was doing those, and every time you get to the person's house to pick up that item, they cancel it right when you're in front of their house. They forget you're coming, they don't have the items ready, and it gets canceled. And it's a wasted trip, because, you know, you're going to someone's house to get it, and they're not there, or it's canceled. And if you don't hurry up and confirm arrive once you get to the person's house, you don't get paid for those. You only get paid once you slide arrival, and then they cancel it. And I had just got to the person's house. I had parked, getting ready to slide arrival, and they canceled it. They must have seen me on the map. It must have sent them a message stating I was there. They canceled it. I didn't get paid. I said, never again. So maybe I'm getting the fees confused. But she said this was a $2 return, but I still keep the money. So hopefully she's not the one that tipped. I don't think she is. Someone who's scamming, they're not going to waste money tipping and they have no way to get the refund, right? So More than likely it wasn't her who tipped. I'll still get the whole delivery fee, everything at $12.70 on top of $2. So that means that trip turned into $14.70. I had to come back to Walmart anyway for the drop. But it just, I missed the 750 drop because the app was glitching. The app's been glitching all morning. I've reset everything, checked the settings, and did all of those things. But it kept saying that the associate needed to confirm that he received the return. And it wouldn't let me do anything else. I reset the phone, reset the app, and refreshed the app, did all those things. I had to call support. Even a gentleman that accepted the return, he said, look at my phone. And he showed me his, and he said, see, he said, I confirmed it, I received it, I confirmed it. So he said, you got to call support, So it wasn't on their end, it was on, wasn't on Walmart's end and his device, So, but that took long. So it's 8:29. So I wasted a lot of time with a scam. And I hate to say I will never go to hotels again, because I go to hotels that deliver all the time. And a lot of people, we have a lot of people here in America living in hotels. This is just this is the world we're living in. Things are tight, the economy's tight. I mean, I don't judge where anybody lives, and I deliver to hotels a lot of times and get very good tips delivering to hotels. So sometimes your mind may say, well, is this somebody just visiting and they're gonna say they didn't receive their items? You know what I mean? But I don't know. There's times I delivered to hotels and people did not need codes, and there were times people needed just a signature. Very rare do I get somebody that needs a code, but those are people who had issues in the past, apparently, with a delivery. So I wasted time. It's 8:30. I'm gonna hang around for this next drop. Sometimes that 8:50 drop is very slow. It's you got to get that 6:50 drop, that 7:50 drop. If you can get that 6:50 drop early and there's something close, come back, you might can get another one that was just straggling along waiting for a delivery person, So anyway, I wasted time, but I don't let that ruin my spirit. I'm scheduled to dash at I think 9:30, but the morning deliveries are garbage. They're garbage. Sometimes you get some going to schools where teachers may order something. But so that was my morning, and just so you will know, this is what some people do. But I just kept calm. There was nothing I could do. Listen, I'm not fighting over no groceries or none of that stuff, but it was in my cart. At the end of the day, if she would have tried to take groceries and run inside, what am I going to do? Fight her for groceries? I would have just dialed 911 on my phone. Does Spark have that emergency thing on the app like Dash does and all the other food delivery apps have? I don't know. Anyway, let me go.